Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Now here's Doncic. Grant, these are two teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A., and it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
To the middle. Ayton. Missed inside. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Inside. And stolen by Reeves. Now Los Angeles moving it up. Here's James. Towns with a rebound.
I got him.
Screen by Robinson. Brunson with it. Now guarded by Ayton. Back to Brunson. Pass to Towns. From deep. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Look, this is a big part of Towns' value. He's a big who can stretch the floor for you.
And here's James. Ayton with a screen. From 12 feet. James can't get it to go. All right, Grant, can you talk about what Jalen Brunson has brought to the Knicks?
You know, B.A., he's made them relevant again. New York can be a demanding place to play with the expectations and the media. But he's taken the bull by the horns and had immediate success.
Now here's Clarkson. The three is up. The putback. Robinson can't hit. Now Los Angeles with it. Still without a basket in the game. Back to James. Up and in on the layup.
Once James gets the ball in close, it's game over. Put up those 2 points.
Brunson with it. Now Doncic defending. And the shot goes in.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Doncic. Misses the deep three-point attempt. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, earlier I spoke with J.J. Redick. We talked about the matchup issues that Karl-Anthony Towns creates for defenses. Coach said the combination of size and skill make Cat a tough cover. If you put a center on him, he can beat them with his quickness or his perimeter game. And if you put a wing on him, he can overpower them in the post. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie. Back to Clarkson. Fires from the wing. And the shot no good. A bit short. Lakers trail by 5. James outside. Yes, it's good. James has gotten his second bucket.
Knifing to the rim with such power. Watching LeBron on the attack is so much fun.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's Brunson. No made baskets yet. And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, B.A., and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Here's Doncic, following the bucket by the Knicks. Here he goes. And Doncic hammers it home.
Defense was all over Doncic, so he smartly uses a pick to get free to shoot.
New York working the ball around now. And it's Brunson missing. And Doncic has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They trail by 3. Kleba outside. 5 to shoot. Smart for 3. Hart pulls it in. 20 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Brunson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
And so effective from these in-between spots. Brunson doesn't need much room to feel comfortable.
Doncic into the lane. Here's Hayes. And he banks in the layup.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. New York out in front. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Pass to LaRavia. Left side Reeves. Hayes up top. It's rebounded by New York. To the inside. Here's Yabusele. And Yabusele slams it in.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. The drive by Smart. And finished off by Hayes.
Yeah, just picking apart the defense. Smart moves things around to create a shot.
Yabusele the screen. To the paint. Up top McBride. Over Reeves. That one off the back iron and out. Lakers trail by 5. Down low. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Brunson taking his time here. Bridges outside. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. And again, the Knicks missing. And the Lakers have possession. It's a 3-point game. Vanderbilt with a screen. And Vanderbilt slams it in.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Now the Knicks with it. It's stolen by Smart. Here's Vincent. Stolen by Bridges. Clarkson, left side. Pass to Robinson. And rejected. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Teammate Josh Hart may call Jalen Brunson the king of New York, but Brunson says, I would never consider myself a face of the franchise, but I'm a leader of this team. That's what I want to do, and I am grateful for the opportunity. I don't take this for granted. Brian, back to you.
Staying humble. Allie, thanks very much for the report. As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton, a definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
Brunson. Brunson steams his way inside.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
And so now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. A minute 31 left in the second. Smart outside. To the paint. Here's Ayton. That's good. And it's Smart with the assist. Ayton's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, Ayton is quite literally a house in there.
Here's that 40. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Well, nice release from the pick and roll there from Ayton, and he gets rewarded for it.
Pass to Akporti. Clarkson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. James with the rebound. The Lakers trail. 14 feet away. The rebound by Shamet. And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Outside Hart. No one near him. And he hits the jumper for 2. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Not exactly what Coach wanted coming up the floor, but he'll take it.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. New York out in front, up 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And it's already hard enough to play D in this league. Some people feel that traveling has gotten out of control, Coach.
Well, I don't know if it's gotten out of control, B.A. I think the referees do a pretty good job on traveling. I think what's important for the referees is they have to be able to determine which travel calls gain a guy an advantage and which ones you could let go because they have no effect on the play.
Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. Here's Reeves. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a bounce.
Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Reeves. Stolen by Bridges. Inside. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Robinson. And so now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Here's Doncic. Driving in. And Doncic hammers it home.
How about the dunk off the drive? Doncic, terrific at navigating his way inside.
A nice shot by McBride.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. But a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve.
Doncic deciding where to go with it. The bank shot, no good. Knicks leading by 8. Towns for 3. Rebound by the Lakers. Out to Hachimura. For 3, James. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Yabusele right side. New York working the ball around now. The shot by Towns, no good. Now Los Angeles with it. And it's James inside.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw up plays for him.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. New York leading by 6. Outside Hart. Back to Brunson. Hart up top. Over James. And that one's long.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And one guy you can neither speed up nor slow down. That's Luka Doncic, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he completely dictates the pace. From the opening tip till the final buzzer, he can control the game.
Pass to Hart. 5 on the clock. Back to Brunson. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James outside. Here's Doncic. Let's go with a 3. Sinks the tray. Doncic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I know Doncic prefers a straight-on 3 shot, but his touch works just as well there in the corners.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. For the tie. That's in. Coming off an assist from Smart. Doncic has got 10.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
To the middle. Here's James.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Oh, what a performance by Luka Doncic. He has been the story. We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. The Lakers in the lead. Pass to Hayes. Kleba outside. Hayes with a screen. It's stolen by Clarkson. To the inside. The shot by Towns, no good. Now here's Hayes. Robinson defending. Hayes inside. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Smart. Kleba with a screen. Inside. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in. And the Lakers lead by 4. Brunson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Now, you see Brunson with that quick dribble. I mean, that is a nice play.
And here's Reeves outside.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Fantastic work down low from the crafty Brunson.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
And we've got a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. 6 to shoot. Kleba with a screen. And here's Doncic outside. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Pass to Shamet. To the middle. Here's Robinson. Kicks it out Towns. Now Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
All talent there from Bridges.
Doncic with it. Here comes Luka. Oh, the stuff.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
Hayes with a screen. From deep three-point range. The putback. How about the activity?
Big-time effort on the glass.
And when you have a touch that soft, those tip-ins are easier to make.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Here's Doncic. Here's the pass to Smart. He's off from 3. And here's New York now. Now Towns.
Well, in a big moment, go to your big man. Towns can be so dominant when he needs to be.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. Doncic outside. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. James outside. Let's loose for 3. Robinson rips down the board. And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Towns. Towns. Whoa! Cat! Unreal!
Well, this is why you go to Towns in the clutch. That is big time.
Doncic outside. Pulls the trigger. Robinson rips down the board. Now the Knicks with it. They're on a 12-4 run. Bridges. Oh! A gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
You cannot say enough about Bridges stepping up when they need him most.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. .40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clarkson outside. Here's Robinson. Shot clock at 5.
Whoa!
Oh!
sweet move. Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
So New York wins it. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
And that about wraps it up. For Stan Van Gundy. We've got the Lakers taking on the Detroit Pistons. We've got some great NBA basketball coming your way. This is Brian Anderson. Joining me, analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and reporter Allie LaForce. So the Lakers will get the first possession here. Pass to Aiden. Three-pointer. Duren with a rebound. And Richard, Coach J.J. Redick coming under criticism for how he handled substitution patterns in last year's playoffs.
Look, he did an amazing job in guiding them to the third seed. And look, they just ran out of gas against a better Minnesota team. Players wish they had shots back, and so do coaches sometimes.
Now here's Doncic. To the inside. Duren with it. Picked up by Reeves. The three, here's Harris. It's hauled in by Luka Doncic. About a minute played here so far in the first. That falls. Nice feed that time from James.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
And Harris throws it down.
While he's a bit undersized for a four, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Here's Ayton. The rebound by Detroit. Over to the left wing. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
Size, explosion. He's a dangerous finisher, and we saw it right there.
Pass to Hachimura. Back to Doncic. James outside. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Back to Hachimura. Second chance effort. Buries the jump shot.
And the coaching staff loves it. It's why they encourage Hachimura to fire away.
Harris outside. Pass to Cunningham. Inside. Here's Thompson. Ooh, excellent D there from Ayton. Well, one of the many things that's impressive about Luka Doncic, he double clutches so well.
Right, and even absorbs contact in the air, and somehow, some way, still has a very high field goal percentage. Luka, his game defies logic. Maybe Luka's logic.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. We discussed the challenge of defending Luka Doncic specifically in the pick and roll. Coach wasn't afraid to voice his concerns. He said, quote, "That's where Luka poses the most problems. The main thing is we have to be quick to react. If we're a step slow, when they're in that set, he'll burn us." Back to you guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Hachimura, right side. Aiden, no good. The Pistons lead by 4. Harris with it. Picked up by James. Pass to Holland. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. They trail by 6. And one guy you can neither speed up nor slow down. That's Luka Doncic, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. He completely dictates the pace. From the opening tip till the final buzzer, he can control the game.
And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
You gotta respect the three-point shooting of Reeves. He can be dangerous from there.
And it's Green missing. Doncic outside. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. James deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 6. From the line. And it's Doncic missing. Pass to Reed. Now LeVert. Over Hachimura. And again, no good by Detroit.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. The Lakers on top. They lead by 1. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Rebounded by the Lakers.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And Harris throws it down.
That body control, baby. Harris smashing through it.
Here's Reeves. And stolen by Cunningham. To the paint. And stolen by Reeves. On the break. This one for 3. Duren with a rebound. The Pistons leading. Cunningham outside. Back to Duren. And Hayes comes to help. Duren, no good. Outside Reeves. Pass to Smart. Outside Reeves. 6 to shoot. Hayes with a screen. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. Knocks down the long J. Laravia's got his first 3 points of the game. And in recent years, we've seen the value of 3-and-D wings skyrocket, Richard.
And that trend came right about the end of my career. So I never got to cash in on one of those big 3-and-Ds, but I did win a championship playing that role. So, you know, there's that.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Reeves.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Success hasn't changed Austin Reeves' underdog mentality. He said it doesn't shift at all. There's a good majority of people that probably still don't think that I'm that good. It's a common theme for my life. What pushed me to get here are the people who doubted me. I always have to keep that in mind. BA, back to you.
Keeps that chip on his shoulder. Thanks a lot, Allie. Richard, it's hard to believe, but this is already LeBron's 8th season with the Lakers.
Yeah, surpassing his first 7 seasons with the Cavs. And look, this is his longest consecutive streak with one team, and he's got a championship to show for it.
There's the steal. Cade on the drive. Pass to Holland. Back to Reed. LeVert right side. Thompson outside. Hey, expanding his range. The Lakers with a rebound. To the middle. Here's Smart. Missed inside. The Pistons trailing. Back to Thompson. Now here's Reed. Pass to Holland. Here's Cunningham. The 3-ball, no problem for Cade.
And look at the lack of hesitation. Cade gets the ball and is confident he can make the shot.
Smart outside. Here's Kleba. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. LeVert outside. Cunningham outside. Detroit moving the ball around. It's LeVert on the wing. Back to Cunningham. Clock at 4. The Pistons need to get one up quick. The offensive rebound. Reed. LeVert outside. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Tries again. And stolen by Hayes. Left side Reeves. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. There's 1:12 left in the first half of basketball. And Doncic with the jam.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
And so it's Detroit with it. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Cunningham on the wing. Down low. Pass to Holland. Lets it go from deep. Another shot. Here's Duren. And here's Thompson. And another shot. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on DeAndre Ayton.
And Duren doesn't fear the contact. In fact, he welcomes it when he's trying to score.
And he sinks the second. The Lakers trail. Hachimura sets a screen. Pass to Ayton. Hey, from beyond the arc. Duren with a rebound. Cunningham up top. Stolen by Ayton. And it's the Lakers on the break. Oh, great D that time from Harris. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Detroit on top, leading by a point. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. And it's Detroit with the ball. It's a one-point game. Here's Jenkins. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to LeVert. Just 5 to shoot. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
This is all you can do if you're the defense. LeVert is excellent at gutting his way through physical coverage.
Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
And Doncic is a walking triple-double threat. His versatility and confidence is really special.
Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. But a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve.
Pass to Holland. Here's Jenkins. And here's Stewart. Check by James. LeVert. Here's Jenkins. That three's off the mark. Here's Doncic.
And you can't let Doncic get this type of positioning because then you're pretty much forced to foul him.
He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line. And a new group getting ready for the Pistons. And the second free throw is good. Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years, but truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
Out to the wing. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's foul number 2 for him. Thompson scanning the floor. Back to Duran. Clock at 6.
And that's just good effort that time by LeBron James on the defensive end.
And stolen by Cunningham. To the inside. Thompson's shot is off. And so it's the Lakers with it. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, B.A. The Lakers going out and acquiring superstar talent in Luka Doncic. LeBron James said, everything I do on the floor, Doncic has the ability to do it or even do it better. That's how great he is. Even at his young age, he's such a unique, special player. A generational talent. Back to you.
They're happy to have him. Allie, appreciate the report.
I love big guards, and Cunningham using the size to perfection.
Detroit shooting their 6th and 7th free throw shots in the game. Good on the second one. And now a timeout called by J.J. Redick. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. The Lakers in the lead. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. To the paint. Here's Hachimura. And it's slammed in by Hachimura.
Oh, what a finish. Ruri showing off that athletic ability.
Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Reeves. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Now it's a 5-point Laker lead.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
And he jams it home with authority.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Pass to Aiden. Lets the three fly. And Luka Doncic with the three. Doncic has got 9 points now in the second half. Here's LeVert. And that time also a missed shot. The Lakers lead by 10. And stolen by Stewart. From 20 feet. The shot by LeVert, no good.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
I love how physical. James is terrific at getting defenses to foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. We've got the Lakers facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Glad you could join us for our broadcast of NBA basketball. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And so off the tip, it's Los Angeles. For three, James sends it home from three-point land. This game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
Here's Doncic. After the basket by Cleveland. Now here's Garland. Down low. And Mobley throws it down.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Here's Doncic. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Back to Garland. Pass to Hunter. Back to Garland. 6 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. And that one's good. Mitchell.
In the gym range for Mitchell. He is not bashful.
And sometimes when a team trades a ton of picks for a star player, there's some buyer's remorse. But that has not been the case with the Cavs and Donovan Mitchell, Grant.
Yeah, he's been everything they hoped he would be, B.A. Not just dominating, but sacrificing as well.
And the Cavaliers with possession here. After the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago. James with the ball. And it's Hunter picking him up. Back to James. That three's off the mark. And here are the Cavaliers now to the paint. Here's Hunter. James with the block.
Sending it right back. LeBron fears no one.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
And defensively, you have to make them work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Outside Garland. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Mobley outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Merrill. From the arc. The Cavaliers again cannot hit.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And one guy you can neither speed up nor slow down. That's Luka Doncic, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., he completely dictates the pace. From the opening tip till the final buzzer, he can control the game.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Lakers are always thinking title. Coach J.J. Redick said, everything I've ever done in this sport and crystallized into how can I win a championship? I got close as a college player and as an NBA player. My hope and goal is to bring the Lakers their 18th NBA championship as head coach. Guys, back to you.
Eyes on the prize. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Here's Doncic. Lets it fly from 18. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Well, the 7-footer Ayton, when he's this close to the basket, he's looking for the jam.
It's James on the wing. 5 points in the game. Let's go with a three. The putback. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. To the inside. Merrill. Rejected by James. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James. There's 53 seconds left in the first. And Nance with the slam.
This is what Ball is known for. A selfless player who is terrific at facilitating the offense.
Pass to Hachimura. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Hachimura's got 8 points.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
From about 19. Not enough on that one as it misses. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 12-4 run. And here's Connect outside. And they get it back. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock.
Gotta stay up on James or he will go right up with that shot.
Wait, that's good. There's 6 seconds left to play in the first. With 2 seconds left, it doesn't go for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Lakers. 8 points in the quarter, showing. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And from what we've seen from the Lakers, what's your take so far?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. They'll pin that one on Marcus Smart. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid overhelping?
It's a great question, B.A., and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of decisions. I think people look at it and they talk about athletic ability and they talk about skills, which are both important. But the best players and the best teams are the best decision makers, and the same thing goes as the when to help and when to stay home on shooters.
Back to Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Easy does it. Mobley is such a fluid athlete for his size.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And finished off by Hayes.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
From right in close, DeAndre Hunter.
As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton, a definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. That free throw is good for Mitchell. And with an undersized backcourt and a towering front court, some had suggested the Cavs needed roster moves to balance things out a little, Grant.
Well, Mobley's growth as a shooter has quieted those concerns up front. But until they prove their mettle in the playoffs, there will be some questions.
The Cavs trailing. Garland with the ball. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Mobley. On the wing, Mitchell. To the middle. Here's Nance. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So it's Los Angeles now. Reeves with the ball. He's picked up by Garland. Here's James. Hayes with a screen. And finished off by Hayes.
Not even fair. I mean, just shredding the D to pieces. Guarding James in pick and rolls is almost impossible given his basketball IQ.
Garland, no good. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. And that one falls for Reeves. Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season. But a team this star-studded has postseason.
Oh, my God.
I can't believe he just did that.
Wow.
You're still dunking with ease. James is a physical specimen.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. The Cavaliers trail by 6. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.